In this video, I've got a 2007 BMW. It's the E90, 91, 92, 93. These models, they all seem to have the same issue where the housing of the main windshield washer pump starts leaking. And signs of that is when you have water marks coming down on the body out here. I've already taken this apart at one time, cleaned everything up, and thought I would fix that problem, but it turned out that it's still happening. So we're going to do a permanent fix. I'll tell you what we're going to do a little later on, but first things first, I just want to show you when you are going to work on this thing, you want to have the car jacked up. You can jack up the vehicle from this location here. It's not necessary to jack it up from the front and have it raised up this high. The only reason why I did it is so that I can basically have the car a lot higher than just simply jacking it up this one corner. I also will be working on the back side, so I just want to make sure that I've got the vehicle high enough for me to be able to sit on the stool. Like I said, safety first. You want to make sure the vehicle is jacked up properly. You got stands on both sides if that's what you're doing. If you're just jacking it up from this one corner, you don't really need stands because you're not going to be underneath the car. Just want to make sure that throughout the process you keep the jack up if you're just doing it from this one location so that it's not sinking. The main thing is going to be getting into the body through here. We're going to have to remove these wheel well liners. So we're going to start off by removing this one here first, this one next, and then we will have to open up some of these bolts on the front one so that we can get the pipe off. The windshield washer reservoir is in here. It's in this portion of the of the fender. So looking at it on the inside, you got some nuts to remove, some screws like that up here. You have three very unique style pins. Like I said, I've already removed. I'm trying to focus on here with the light. There we go. I already have removed this. This had a black pin. In order to work on that, what you do is you knock with a sharp screwdriver, pointy, you knock the pin inwards. When you are doing that, make sure you do it very gently because that core is needed in order for you to reapply this thing. So you knock the pin inwards, and then this clip will pull outwards. So you have to do that to this one and to the lower one. And as you can see, for the lower one, I was able to find the core. So in here, you can buy new plugs, or I just took a 14 gauge, I think it's a 14 gauge wire, doubled it up, and I pushed it through. So we're going to push those through and then recollect them and then reuse them again. Once you do that, I'm going to show you underneath. From underneath, you need to remove these screws. We got screws here, and then in here there is a screw, there's a nut, and then there is this a bolt right here, which is plastic. So that needs to be removed. That's basically it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then I'll show you where I'm at that point. Okay, so I think I fixed the glare problem here. Put a cardboard piece up so the sun doesn't shine in our face. So this is what the pretty neat way of tucking away the windshield washer reservoir. And as you can see, it's a pretty interesting looking tucked in piece between the fenders. Seems like no space is wasted. So let's just get to it. So when we take the inner panel, the wheel well liner off, we pull it from that bolt face. You pull it forward. You have to pull the bottom tab down because there's another screw in there. Once you've pulled it down, what you want to do is you want to pull the inside outwards and down, because there is a lip here, so the liner has to come outwards and then it has to go downwards while pulling this away from here, and then the liner will come out. As you can see, there's the water pipe that you basically fill up from the hood compartment. We're going to go ahead and put a bucket underneath, and you can see the water levels over here. It's already leaked out. We're going to undo it right here. There's a clip in here. Put a screwdriver to pop this. We're going to, similar to this one, we're going to pop it right here as well. And that should allow us to be able to pull this down. So when we do pull this, we're going to pull this downwards. And for that, we need to make sure that this panel is also, pliable, so that the pipe does not hang here. So let me get this thing pulled out and show you where the issue is. Before we continue, I just want to show you these pins. So these were the ones that I created out of wire. That is the standard black pin. So when you're tapping these pins out, do it very gently so that these basically fall down and you can get them right here, as opposed to how I did it the first time and I have no idea where it shot back. I looked everywhere. I have no idea how to get it out. So anyways, this is a 07. I've got 160,000 miles. I'm not going to bother buying a new pin, so I just made my own. I'll put black nail polish on it so that it isn't visible. Alright, time to remove the tank. Actually, just wanted to show you, we're very fortunate to see a drip coming down from right here, so that this means that this is leaking from here. Just to kind of show you, this car is equipped with the headlight washer. That's this right here. It's higher up, so that the primary thing is to have your front windshield and the rear windshield washer fluid available. So once it gets below this point, the front windshield washer fluid pump does not engage anymore. This is for your front windshield, and then if you have a station wagon, then you end up having a third one here for your rear windshield. So in order to for us to remove this, we're just going to turn this, and we're going to pull on the blue tab here, and this pipe will come off. We're going to unhook the wiring harness by depressing the tab and then pulling it up. We're going to do the same thing with this one, where we're going to turn this around. The tab is on the back side, and then what we see here inside is, let me see if I can get the camera. What you see inside right there, that gray colored thing is the level, or the float. So we're going to unhook the electrical plug on that as well, so that I'm able to pull this water bottle out. We don't really need to, so if you want to, you could leave it in, but you do want to have a bucket underneath, so that when you pull on the pump, you can basically catch the water and not have it drip all over your floor. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. I'll put the camera down, and then I'll show you how to do it. So here we go. So we're not even going to remove this, because I know this is not the issue. There's no leaks here. The leak is here. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull the wires. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that so that I can turn the water pump, remove that, and we're gonna just reposition our water bucket here, and we're gonna push this we're going to pull it towards ourselves and then simply pull out the pump. Alright, so the pump is out. Let me show you how I'm going to fix this. So basically, there's supposed to be a filter on here that helps prevent any solid particles to get in. That actually got left behind in the tank. So what we're going to have to do is remove the tank. So I've unclipped this, I've removed this. Basically, I didn't really need to take this off, but for those people who have to replace the front headlight washer pump, it's just basically after you've unhooked it, you've pulled the tab up, pulled the pipe off, you pull the pump towards you, and then you basically wiggle it out. In this rubber grommet, the filter is in there, so the filter is not attached here. I have no earthly idea why they didn't repeat the same design here, but anyways, I did want to point out to you, in order for me to get this end, in order for me to get the bottle off, I have to remove this tab, again, stick a screwdriver in there and unplug it, and then this is the plug that you need to remove. There's a tab on there, so go ahead and remove that. Once we remove this, then I can basically, from the hole on the side, I'll be able to get that filter to fall out so that I can get that installed. Alright, so in the meantime, this is what we're going to use. We're going to use JB Weld product. It's going to be called Water Weld. It comes in a tube. It's putty basically. It's got a cap on here. It's got a dark core. So what you do is you cut whatever amount that you need. You knead it together so that it becomes one uniform color, and once that's done, then you basically apply it to the surface that you are going to want to seal. Apparently it can be used for lots of things. You can check out their website online, but a lot of people swear by it. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply it to this whole area. We're going to go from here to here all the way around, so to make sure that I don't have a water leak. And once you leave that in there, it says right there, it's got 9,000 psi strength. Its set time is 25 minutes, and total cure is 1 hour. So we're going to show you that process when I get to it. So upon a closer inspection, it turns out that there's an opening right there. That's what we're going to plug up, and then that will prevent water from coming out. So we're only going to do this front side. So knowing what I know now, I would say that while this is still in the bottle, all you have to do is take some of this putty after you've kneaded it, just apply it to that face after you've cleaned it with some rubbing alcohol. So I'm gonna go ahead and knead the thing. I've already cleaned it, stick it on here, put it back in the bottle, and give you a visual on how it's so easy not to even remove any of these things and just do it while that's still in the bottle, hence, you know, speeding up the process of repair. So there you go. There it is. Basically, it just needs to go on the face. Just make sure you knead it pretty well, and everything else should be good. So I've got everything connected back up again. The bottle is in that shape. It's then going to slide in. That nib is going to go into a hole in the back. So when you're installing it in, just be mindful of it. And then this pipe here is going to track along that face, and then you can see there's a clip there, there's a clip here, and then there's a clip there. So so far there's no leaks, so I'm going to go ahead and push this back in and get the pipe installed on the back side. I'm going to give it another hour for it to dry, and then we should be good. So that's basically it on repairing the leak at your water reservoir tank for the windshield washer fluid. I do want to point out a couple things. When you do take your bolts off for the tire initially, there's a lip on the rim. That lip on the rim sits on another lip that's on the rotors. So you may have to wiggle the tire back and forth quite a bit in order to get it off the first time. I had that issue, so just keep that in mind. That's one thing. The other thing is when you put your tires back on, you get the wheel lugs as snug as possible, and then you lower the car just barely when the tire is touching. Then you tighten all five. You should torque them, but if you remember how tight they were when you removed them, just apply the same amount of pressure back on. Uh, and that's basically it for the repair. I do want to add that in the process of me doing this repair, I did find out that this pipe was broken in a few spots right up here. So I did use another JB Weld product, and I have epoxy that close as well. So that's basically it. So now it's time to fill the washer fluid tank with the fluid, and then we should be set to go. So that's basically it. I hope that this video has been helpful in for you to learn how to fix your own bottle leak here for the windshield washer fluid. It's a $5 fix. It takes about an hour at most, and it saves you a lot of money from going to the dealership and getting a new pump. So JB Weld for water, and that's basically it. Let me know if you have any questions. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll do my best to answer any of your questions that you post. Thank you for watching. So what ended up happening is, as you know, if you've watched the video, I ended up repairing this thing with the putty, basically for creating that water tightness, and it did not do the job. Basically what ended up happening was water started coming out from the top of this unit. It also started coming out at this joint right here from all over the place. So ended up getting a new part. I was actually kind of surprised to find that this part only cost me $12 from Amazon. Here's the part number. So basically the rubber grommet that this pump came with is not good, so you end up using the old grommet from here and putting it on there. The new grommet does not allow for this screen to be attached, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And that's basically it. I've already put it in water and tested it. Everything works, so I'm going to go ahead and install this. So $5 or $6 for the putty versus 12 bucks. It's a no-brainer. It could have been $8 had I waited and let it delivered in, next week. So that's basically it. I just wanted to give you an update. I'm still going to leave the video showing this repair. However, I'm going to include this portion in my video to show that this did not work. So let me know if you've got any questions. I hope this additional information is going to be helpful for you to skip this repair altogether and go get a new pump. Make sure you use the old grommet and the screen, because the new one comes with a grommet that does not work with your screen. So that's basically it. We'll talk to you soon again. Thank you for watching, and please always like, subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my